The following piece is part of Uncollected, a collection of peculiar prose and poetry, a project by OLOMOPOLO Media with the support of the Embassy of France in Pakistan and the Alliance Francaise.
All That Is in Between, written by Farjad Nabi and read by the author. Remember when we found the magazines stashed beneath the strictly ironed pants of my father? Licking the pages with our eyes flicking towards the wrong side, the heaving bosoms did little for me. I stole glances in between to see if you were seeing what I was seeing. Bare-chested broncos, deadpan honchos, performing carnal rites with plastic orality. Come to think of it, how ugly were they, but had sent my heart careening like the boys on August the 14th one-wheeling. Our hands rub dances, an ear to the door. We take no chances. The handle is grabbed and squeezed. Oi, it's Papa. In the nick of time, you stuffed the magazine in your knicker of lime. Yes, we wore knickers, don't snicker just 'cause they're called shorts these days. Mine were poppy red, yours lime green. Like the orange of Seville, peevish and elite, brought by the British to make marmalade, the cavalcade of memory is bittersweet. By the way, did the British ever leave? Don't they still live on inside our brown heads, rent-free? Hissing Victorian spells vis-a-vis unnatural offences and blasphemy? Promising paradise for an asking price to brain-sick hordes of piety. Because you see, they have seeped into us like pus through a gauze, making mobs of us delirious. They never stop, rest or pause, snapping their zombie jaws to think of love, death or sleep in the arms of somebody gorgeous, soft and deep. Coming back, that night you spoke of your village, how liquor is made from grains of wheat. You had brought a full bottle of brimstone and fire to atone for a sin as old as time but yet incomplete. I mixed it with shyness, but you took it neat. You and I, we blossomed in man-made hostility, an impossibility like a flower on Venus. You touched my face and I touch your freeness. Why do you laugh? I hear the skies rumble and that's when you mumble. Some things are both good and true. Soothe, soothe, soothe your suspicious heart. I don't believe you. I don't. And that's how we start. Your hand a monsoon cloud, languorous, full, amorphous, playing the malhar. Intoxicating, ripening, surging like a steed. I let myself be crushed like a pomegranate seed. Our sighs loop over the rainbow, swaying by a sweet news. We refuse second thoughts from rising to our lips, pouring libations of honey and rose hips, till the spirits sigh their assent. They ask, who's the groom? Who's the bride? We are Madho Lal and Hussain. Wrapped in tremors of velvet pain, I cried. The curtains part. The naked sky grins like a white lie, curling smoke entangled in the sunbeams. Do you remember the dream? What dream? It never rained. Look, the ground is dry as a bone. You tapped your foot on the hard concrete of doubt. Remember we bathed like children under the sheets of rain, stomping puddles, raising small tsunamis of aches and cuddles? It was nothing, just a game. Must have been the wine, it plays with your mind. In fact, I can even feel a migraine. With a shrug, the ashes of the night are flicked into the firelight by which we had painted Dionysus dancing in madness on the cave walls of an ancient sadness. What happened to things being good and true? Or does that equation work only for you? What is your fear? Abba, Amma, hell or heaven? Or the more prosaic 377? You have a sharp tongue. It cuts like a knife. Thanks, honey. Go find a nice wife. Follow the straight and narrow. Do what's expected. Somebody reasonably vacuous, waxed, and respected. You look at a comet, flensing the space between us like a butcher's beak. My engagement's this week. The family called. They've already selected. Many years later, I saw you at a mall pushing a sad trolley behind a striding abaya with peroxide hair and a shaking laugh. I wanted to say hello to your better half, but you were debating healthy cereals for the kids behind your eyelids. I saw a stranger I didn't know, and behind that, a stranger I knew, probably. Meanwhile, my family had also called. Why are you doing this to me and your papa? What did we do to make you like this? I've prayed night and day for you to be okay, and we got you an appointment with a doctor at 6. Don't worry, he's wise, discreet, and very, very smart. For a start, his wife is a teacher of yoga. His daughter got married to a Gora in US. His son is a Facebook professor at LUMS. He's more than a doctor, a Sufi at heart, just like Rumi. But Rumi had shams. Inside the Sufi doctor's Interwood office, the wall clock ticks to monetize the silence. I'm paying for him so that he prays for me. What you don't see is the inherent degree of unsaid presumptions and well-meaning violence. Do you know why you're here? Dr. Saab, I seem to have a condition called selective invisibility. My parents see through me. My siblings act as if I don't exist. Am I on some classified criminal casual blacklist? I remember everything. I see everyone. But I seem to be made of vapor. Could you please tell me if on the day of creation my name got written with invisible ink on amnesiac water instead of paper? Puzzled, he takes off his Sufi doctor glasses, rubs his eyes and says, That's queer. जी sir, मैं भी यही कह रहा हूँ. He says, Is there a place in this world where you'd have no fear? I feel safe inside songs of resistance. I feel safe in a protest of continuous ripples. I feel safe in knowing that every single male in the first 6 weeks of his tiny existence was actually a female. An undeniable fact of nature's persistence before the Y chromosome brought testicles home. So why be ashamed of your moobs and nipples, Dr. Saab? The doctor runs his fingers through his Sufi beard to make sure his Y chromosome is still in gear. How do you know so much about medical science? I have to learn, sir, when my body is a war zone, with armies competing to frack me and hollow my rare materials to own and power their morality with longer talk times and silence my rhymes or crack me. I see. No, you don't. Son, if we follow the natural order, there can never be a disorder. Tell me, do you believe in the one who can see what is to come and what has been, the creator of the sky and the earth and all in between? I believe in the creator of sky and the earth and all in between. I really do. I am born of the liminal. I know that mystics and misfits are one and the same. They blur your straight lines with chaos sublime, these mad, magical, beautiful criminals. So hear me when I say, in between love and hate, there is a place where the hen sits on the kittens and the cat on ducklings totally smitten. In between night and day is Sahar, who says it's all well to be fleeting. I may be gone in a blink of an eye, but I cast my spell before leaving. In between anger and revulsion, in loud altercation, I see my bully on a WhatsApp group with a wig and a stoop. No words can name that deep satisfaction. In between the performer and the pleaser, rejecter and appeaser, the cynic and ironic, sincere and sardonic, the scarred and the healing, the silent and the screaming, is sacred ground. I step on it lightly. Dressing my wounds with the smell of wet earth, I scrape off the crust of impiety. Sinking my pen in the same ink as Sappho, I talk in a tongue that is yet to be taught, but gets understood by a single look of moonlight-fueled sobriety. Because my body is a party in a prison. By day they ball and chain me upon pain to scar and maim me. Come night, I open my locks with motia flowers. In the small hours I kiss my handcuffs into bangles, dancing with bells on my ankles. I delete all defeat and take a vow to only bow at the feet of this dead poet's society.
For other stories and poems from this collection, follow OLOMOPOLO on Instagram, Facebook, SoundCloud, and YouTube.